What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for the Premier League Week 25 predictions, and there was a little bit of a twist in the tale with Everton's late equaliser at Goodison Park last night in the Merseyside derby. Can Arsenal make a comeback? Here's hoping. Here's a look at the winning accumulators we had since the last video. Feel free to pause it as we scroll through, and at the top you can see the 33.33% correct scores we've tipped over on the Patreon. Juventus featuring twice in a 2-1 win. If you want to get access to the exclusive members tips and accumulators, then be sure to click the link in the description or just type the URL that you see up there on your screen. And flashing up on your screen are all of the people that have joined the Patreon since we started and who are supporting the channel and allow me to make so many videos. That's Premier League, Champions League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga. For those of you that don't watch those other videos, we actually got 5 out of 10 perfect scores in the Serie A last week, which was just phenomenal. It's my most successful prediction video of all time doing this channel. And at the time of recording, we've tipped both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at odds of above 3 4 times and been correct every single time. So yes, be sure to go and check out the Patreon, drop a like, subscribe down below and leave your predictions in the comments. It's all heating up, and I have got, for the first time in the Premier League, a both teams to score and under 3.5 goals tip, which I believe is the highest odds pick of the game week, just about. So stay tuned for that. But the first game, it's going to be a repeat of the FA Cup fixture that saw Brighton knock out Chelsea 2-1. It is at the Amex Stadium, Brighton up against Chelsea, and I don't think Chelsea will lose again. However, they're just not quite themselves at the moment, Chelsea, and I'm going to go for a high-scoring draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2, and the tip is going to be both teams to score and over 2.5 goals at 1.72. Moving on, we have Leicester up against Arsenal. Arsenal, another injury hit as the transfer window is closed. They lose Kai Havertz for, I believe, the rest of the season, so they're looking a little bit thin up top, but I do think Arsenal will still get the win against Leicester. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 win, and the tip is going to be Arsenal to win and under 3.5 goals. That brings you odds of 2.1. That brings up the winning odds massively, and although Arsenal are depleted, they are a level, quite literally a league above Leicester, and I think they are going to get the win. After this, it's Aston Villa up against Ipswich. Aston Villa, I think they are going to win this one. I do. I don't see Ipswich causing them too many issues, and obviously Ipswich lost to Southampton. Insert the clip last week, what I said about the Ipswich-Southampton game when everyone else doubted it. This is what I said. Southampton, they're gone, right? But they can still cause some problems. They're still going to take points from someone this season. They're not going to finish on 6 points. And I think they could take points here. Ipswich really need a win. Everyone's expecting Ipswich to win. They are heavy favourites to win this game. I'm going to go for a shock Southampton 2-1 win. Crazy, I know. I know everyone's going to predict Ipswich to win or maybe a draw. I don't think anyone's going to predict Southampton to win a game, but I'm going to go for it. I think Southampton can actually cause an upset here. And when it happens, I'm going to remind you all that I said it. And yeah, it's going to be sick. So yeah, correctly predicting Southampton to beat Ipswich 2-1 was an absolute banger. I'm going to go for Aston Villa to win 3-1 here, and the tip is going to be Aston Villa to win and both teams to score at 3. I do think that they can get the win, but will probably concede, and I think the odds of 3 are really good, especially considering how low the odds of Aston Villa to win are. You could go Aston Villa and over 2.5 goals if you feel like that. Aston Villa half-time, full-time. There's a lot of value in that fixture. After this, it is Fulham up against Nottingham Forest. Now, I went for a gut prediction of a draw here, and then I saw the odds and thought maybe there's something I'm missing. I know Fulham are a decent team, especially at home, and Forest did just get absolutely battered by Bournemouth 5-0. But let's not forget they went and beat Brighton 7-0. So I think the value is with Nottingham Forest here because Fulham are the favourites at home. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, and the tip will be Nottingham Forest double chance at 1.66. I think the odds are actually pretty decent. After this, we have Manchester City up against Newcastle. Man City losing to Real Madrid. If you actually paid attention to the winning accumulator at the start of the video, we had Real Madrid draw no bet at 2.25. We had Real Madrid to win outright at 3.2. We predicted Real Madrid to beat Man City over on the Patreon, and it did happen. Man City were 2-1 up, and then they concede 2 late goals. Brahim Diaz scoring against his former club, and then Jude Bellingham getting a tap in to secure the win. I mean, that Kylian Mbappe goal, that was quite amusing, wasn't it? But still, Man City, they're a decent team. They are a decent team, and I think they will beat Newcastle at the Etihad. So I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Manchester City, and the tip is Man City to win at 1.85. I thought about Man City and both teams to score, but the odds of a City win outright at nearly evens, that appealed to me. At home, they need to try and get the win, push up the league. Newcastle will feel the same, of course. They absolutely can contribute. There's no part of me that sees Newcastle going to the Etihad and winning. So I'm going to say that Manchester City get the bounce back result that they need. After this, it is Southampton up against Bournemouth. We predicted it. We predicted the win for Southampton against Ipswich, and I believe in the FA Cup we tipped under 2.5 goals for the Southampton-Burnley game, and that ended 1-0 to Burnley. I think Bournemouth are going to win this one. There's not a lot of value in a Bournemouth win, but I'm not super certain on the goal line or both teams to score or the handicap. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 Bournemouth win, and the tip is going to be Bournemouth to win at 1.55. Having Bournemouth to win odds that low away from home, I don't know if that's ever happened in the Premier League. Bournemouth to win at 1.55 away from home is mental, but I do think they will get the win and beat Southampton here. After this, it's West Ham up against Brentford. I think this is going to be high scoring. I can't separate the two. I think at home, you'd probably back Brentford if Brentford were at home. And I think West Ham obviously do therefore have the home advantage against Brentford here. Brentford's away form, not that great. But I'm just going to go for goals galore, a 2-2 draw. The tip is going to be both teams to score at 1.5. Not great odds, but I think it is fairly likely. After this, it's Crystal Palace up against Everton. I'm really liking what Crystal Palace are doing. And had Everton actually beat Liverpool in the Merseyside derby, they had their chances. They would have leapfrogged Man United and Tottenham in the league. So it's safe to say both these teams that at one point were potentially in sort of a relegation battle. They've brought their form up. They're not going to get relegated. And I think it's going to end in a 1-1 draw. And this is it. We're pressing the button. Both teams to score and under 3.5 goals at 3.2. So that means a 1-1 draw or 2-1 either way. I like it because it doesn't mean you have to get the result. You just think both teams will score, but it won't be manic. And I really do like that. And 3 of the 4 times I've tipped both teams to score under 3.5 goals, it's ended in a 1-1 draw. And the other one, it ended in a 2-1 win to the favourite. So 4 out of 4 for that. Let's try and make it 5. After this, we travel to Anfield for Liverpool up against Wolves. I don't think this is going to be anything particularly crazy. I think Liverpool just need to get the 3 points and move on. There's a lot of fixtures they got to play, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Liverpool. I thought about Liverpool and under 3.5 goals, but I just want to keep the 3-1 and the 4-0, as crazy as that sounds, on side. So my tip is going to be Liverpool to win and under 4.5 goals at 1.66, because I couldn't tip Liverpool win to nil either. I wasn't quite confident enough. So Liverpool and under 4.5 goals. After this, it's a big one. It is Tottenham up against Manchester United. And I don't know how to separate these two teams. Tottenham, I think at full strength for both teams, Tottenham are better, but they are nowhere near full strength with their injuries. And Man United, you honestly never know what you're going to get. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. And the tip is actually going to be Man United to score over 1.5 goals at 1.83. Both teams to score has odds of about 1.4, and both teams scoring over 2.5 goals is about 1.66. So Man United to score twice, 1.83 odds. Tottenham could win 4-2, but it comes in, and Man United to score 2 or more goals was higher odds than Tottenham. I feel like you could go for either. You could go both teams to score over 1.5 goals. That would probably bring you odds of about 3, I would say, but either way, I think there's going to be a lot of goals, possibly a penalty in the match, that kind of thing. And now, the final game of the game week. It's Aston Villa up against Liverpool, an extra fixture for us here. And I've got a sneaky suspicion that Liverpool drop points again. Villa Park is a tough place to go. They're a tough nut to crack. I'm going to go for Aston Villa 2, Liverpool 2. That is a week of Desmonds for me. My most common score prediction this week, predicting 4 between Brighton, Chelsea, West Ham, Brentford, Tottenham, Man United, and Villa, Liverpool. And my tip here I do think Liverpool are better, so I'm going to go for Liverpool double chance and both teams to score at 1.86. That fetches you better odds than Liverpool to win, which is 1.75. So if Liverpool do win and both teams score, you'd actually get better odds for Liverpool not to lose and both teams to score than just Liverpool to win outright. And do I think Liverpool win to 0? No, I don't. So therefore, the value and the safe bet in case it's a score draw is Liverpool double chance and both teams to score at 1.86. But that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, please do drop a like, subscribe down below. We're on the road to 32,000 subscribers. We've had 1,000 new subs in the last month, which is awesome, and it means you won't miss a single prediction video. That is going to do it from me, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.